The ROG Ally or the ROG Xbox Ally X is very soon upon us. Literally, we are weeks away from it, and pre-orders are now live. The question now is, at the price point that it's at, is this a game changer? I think this is the game changer. However, I think there's some caveats to that. But we're going to get into all that and more in this episode of Decked Up, a gaming and tech podcast. Let's get into it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Decked Up, a gaming and tech podcast. I'm your host, Mekel Kasanova. This is episode 101, starting off a new season for Decked Up, a gaming and tech podcast. And I got to pull it up right here and pull it up right on over here. As you can see here, we got the ROG Xbox Ally X. That is one hell of a name, but a name nonetheless. And this right here, I'm looking at, so if it's looking kind of wonky where I'm looking to the right and it's on the left, it's just because of the layout. You know, that's all it is. But I'm looking at this and I'm switch over to picture in picture right here. That way we got it. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, that price point, that's a blow to Lenovo Legion right now. Because not only are you getting probably one of the most powerful handhelds out there, granted, you know, the Legion Go does have a bit more power behind it. But not only are you getting that, you're also getting the Xbox interface, which is supposed to, remove a lot of the background Windows processes and let it exclusively focus on gaming and give you more of that Xbox experience on your gaming tablet. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, man, the one that they want you to get is the ROG Xbox Ally X. That one right now, so it's $1,000, and that $1,000 is about 500. It's about three to 500 cheaper than the Lenovo Legion Go 2. Which the Lenovo Legion Go 2, there's a lot of conflicting information out about that. Some people like it, some people not liking it. They're not feeling as adequate as it should be, and the software is still lacking. I mean, that was my main issue with the original Legion Go, and even with the Go S, the Windows version, is the software is not really that well supported by Lenovo. They need to step their game up, because I mean, they put so much work into making phenomenal laptops like the Legion series of gaming laptops. Why can you not put that much effort into your handhelds? And they should too. They should. They were the third in the market from a major brand, not counting INEO or any of those others. But yeah, so at this price point, $1,000, undercutting the Legion Go 2. That is intentional and very aggressive. I like it. The difference is Legion Go 2, you can get 32 gigs of RAM. This one only gives you 24 gigs, but I still feel that the 24 gigs is sufficient. And then Hall effect sticks, Hall effect triggers, really good D-pad. And I haven't pre-ordered yet. Man, I'm over here like, I want one. I want it. But anyways, I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah, this right here, ergonomics and everything. Man, this is the one. And I'm looking at this, which is the standard one. So this one's got 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of storage. Truthfully speaking, if you're looking at getting this, you might as well just get the original ROG Ally. And honestly, this right here is not even, in my opinion, it's not as comparable to the original Ally, because this one, I don't know. I mean, ergonomics, yes, but I wouldn't really get this to do any type of intense gaming with. This right here would be the one that I would be going with, the ROG Ally, ROG Xbox Ally X. They really need to come up with a better name for it. But this actually makes Microsoft's first official attempt at being in the handheld sector. So this makes a lot of sense. And if you think about it, it's kind of a bit of a pivot because they were going to release a cloud gaming handheld kind of to rival the PlayStation Portal, and then all that leaks and everything came out. So this seems like they had to pivot. I like the fact it includes Xbox button, but it says power of Xbox, freedom of Windows, craftsmanship of ROG. So you get the Xbox a full screen experience, power on directly into the Xbox full screen experience for a dedicated gaming experience inspired and optimized specifically for handheld gaming. That right there sets it apart. Now, the Lenovo Legion Go 2 or Gen 2 will have this functionality down the road, but this is launching straight up with it. So you get the Xbox game bar, and also keep in mind, this is the only handheld gaming PC that has a dedicated Xbox button aside from the Legion Go S. Having that as well. So, but for a Windows device, yeah. It says game bar, press the Xbox button for quick access to essential tools and customizable widgets. With game bar, hold the Xbox button to navigate all open apps. In aggregate library, access supported games anywhere you go from Xbox and other PC game storefronts. And then progress goes with you. Bring all your game saves, add-ons, and achievements along with games that are Xbox Play Anywhere. Now, I know a lot of people initially were put off by the fact that this isn't a device that lets you just straight up play Xbox games natively. You have to look at this in the sense of if the game has if it's on Xbox as well as PC and you can download and play it on both, or you can stream it, then you'll more likely be able to. So we're looking at first party titles and whatever's on Game Pass or PC Game Pass are games that would be natively running on Xbox as well. So in a way, it's kind of a quasi Xbox, not a full scale Xbox, but I mean, you're not limited to Xbox. So that right there puts it ahead of the pack. All right, Game Pass. Of course, they're going to push that. I'm a Game Pass partner member, so I strongly advocate for Game Pass, and a lot of people aren't cool with it. But my thing is, I mean, if you're a PC gamer, console gamer, and you're a mobile phone gamer, you can stream your games. This isn't me plugging for it, but I'm just saying you can stream it, to your phone. You can stream it to your Xbox, stream it to your handheld gaming PC, or play it natively. You do, when they say hundreds of high quality games at Game Pass, I mean, some low quality ones too, but for the most part, definitely worth it. And an Xbox cloud gaming beta, so they're going to put that in there too. So, I mean, that you can use on other platforms, but, having it natively built in, you ain't got to tinker. There you go. Play once, buy once, play anywhere. And, I like what they're doing with that. I like what they're doing with that, and I wish that was more of a thing, but I get it. Handheld compatibility. The handheld compatibility program helps you understand when a game will work on your compatible handheld. Look for check marks in the Xbox app while browsing your library or shopping for games. Now, keep in mind, them doing this is them definitely coming straight for Valve's Steam Deck. Because, Steam has this same type of functionality reader for optimization, what does and doesn't run. So they're also going to be doing this on Xbox. Xbox desperately wants to get into the handheld market. So them partnering up with ROG or ASUS to do this, it's a very strong thing. All right, so we're looking at this. Really difference in color and internal specs. Yeah, so with the Xbox or the ROG Xbox Ally X, you get the AMD Ryzen AI Z2 Extreme. And then with the regular Xbox Ally, you get the Z2A processor. So again, I would personally, if you're going to pick this up, just get the Xbox Ally X, just spend the money on that. And the only thing is a 7-inch screen. I think if you've gone with a bigger device, it's going to be difficult going back to a smaller screen in a way. But I think for a lot of us, we're not going to really be crazy about it. Now, having that 120 hertz FHD display, 1080p, Corning Gorilla Glass Victus. Mouthful of basically saying it's a clear and durable screen with a high refresh rate. I'm not mad about it. I know some people want this to be a higher resolution, but you're going to have a serious battery drain if it's going to have that. So I wouldn't go with that. And then battery efficiency. So Xbox Ally X gets you 80 watt, 60 watt if you got the regular Xbox Ally. So you're going to have a lot. It's set down the road. Now we're looking at the specs again. Now I'm going over all of this before I dive into my full opinion on it. With the pre-orders now being live. If you want pre-order links now in the description down below. But I'm going over all this so I can hammer out the details. You know, I gotta prep the meal before I start cooking it, right? Difference between them, like I said, between the Xbox Ally X and Xbox Ally is AMD Ryzen A1 Z2 Extreme processor, which is on the Ally X, and then the Z2 A processor, which is on the Ally. Then you get 24 gigabytes of LPDDR5X 800 or 8000 RAM on the Ally X, and then 16 gigabytes LPDDR5 6400 on the Xbox Ally. So this is slower RAM. For those who are not tech savvy and don't know, slower RAM. So 1 terabyte M.2 2280 SSD. This is pretty much I mean, that's a lot of storage. I think a terabyte is good. Some of you probably going to want to jump to a 2 terabyte. Maybe see if there's space to put a 4 terabyte in there. I'm personally, if I get one, I haven't decided if I want to get one yet. I probably will. My birthday's around the corner. But I'd probably jump into a 2 terabyte. But the thing is, I'm playing more of my gaming desktop, so maybe a terabyte might be good for me. I also have a gaming PC. So, a gaming laptop. A laptop, gaming desktop, and I'm in the middle of me doing this. I'm in the middle of doing this for the ROG Ally Xbox Ally X. And I get an email from Acer welcoming me into their partner program. Cool. You know what? It's a win. I love it. Yeah, I'd probably pop a 2 terabyte in here. And we're looking at the ROG Ally X or ROG Xbox Ally. You get 512 gigs. Also easily upgradable. I don't really see the purpose in getting the Xbox Ally unless you just want something cheaper. It's not as much powerful, like more of a companion than like a dedicated handheld you're going to be playing on and docking. All right, got FreeSync, variable VRR support, variable refresh rate for those of you who don't know what the acronym means. All the ports, I/O. The way I would look at this, if you have the ROG Ally, like the original, the Z1, the original launch, unless you're dealing with the micro SD card issue, the battery life issue, and maybe you ran into, like me, I ran into the two above, as well as getting stick drift. So I recently had to swap out sticks on my ROG Ally. I would say there's no real need for you to upgrade to this, truthfully. Mainly for the fact that you can put Hall effect sticks in the original ROG Ally. You can also put a bigger M.2 SSD in there. You can change out the battery. There are mods for you to be able to get a higher battery life. And honestly, it's still a solid performer. Like, I run Silent Hill 2 Remake, Silent Hill F, Chronos the New Age. What's the other one? Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade runs phenomenal on the ROG Ally. So honestly, if you've got the original Ally, in my opinion, I don't think there is big enough of a need for you to want to jump over to this. It's not worth the upgrade. If you were going to upgrade, I would say get the Ally X, because essentially, with the exception of the Z2 Extreme, because I have the Z1 Extreme, I don't. It's not that big of a jump. It's really not. I mean, I think down the road, this is probably going to be better off for you overall. But right now, I'm not seeing if you've got the day one. Even especially if you got the Ally X, I don't see a reason for you to jump to it, because at most, this is an ergonomic bump and a spec bump for that. Now, if you've got a Steam Deck, it's a bit of a harder call if you have a Steam Deck, just because when you look at it, the Steam Deck, if you're used to Steam OS, it might be difficult for you to switch over to using Windows on a handheld like that. But with this having that Xbox interface, you're going to get more of an Xbox style experience with it, which is semi close to a Steam big picture mode. So in that sense, I would say I don't see a reason for you to have an issue with hopping over. I mean, way more powerful, great battery. And depending on what you play, you can get, I would say, with an 80-watt-hour battery, most indies you can probably get anywhere from 6 to 8 hours. AAA probably 3.5, maybe 4. If it's super demanding, maybe 2. But you're going to get really good battery life out of this. And the other one, I would just cut those numbers by a fraction. Like a fraction to maybe 35%, and then you'll get similar, expectations, superior expectations with that. But I'm looking at this and I'm just like, as a day one owner, I don't see a reason to just hop in right now. I like the ergonomics of it. Ergonomically, this thing looks amazing. I am amazed at it, but I don't see the reason for me to personally jump. Just ergonomics and battery life, for me, that's it. Now, if there's like a trade-in program, which I haven't looked into, that very well could be a trade-in program. I don't know. If there's a trade-in program with good, like you can get like 200-300 for your Ally, 500 for your X, then I would say jump on it. But as it is, it's not enough of a reason for me to jump in personally. And that's just me. Yours may be different. I just don't see a reason to jump in. It's not. I'm not getting that motivation to do so. And I look at this and I'm like, what is a second generation going to be like? Like, I feel like the Gen 2 is going to be way better than this, substantially, especially with them having more time to tinker with the Xbox interface. This is more of a wait approach. I'm not going to really tell you to jump out and get this. And I hate that I'm even saying this because I'm like, man, that's just a better deal. But the idea that I'm thinking of, I'm like, man, you need to just, if you got Steam Deck, just get the Legion Go S Steam OS version. Just get that. Or if you got the ROG Ally original, just hop over to that. It's such a great, and to me, it's a great deal. But I don't know. I don't know what your circumstance or situation is, but pre-orders are open now, and right now there's only 2 outlets where you can get this. Technically 3. So ASUS's site, Microsoft's site, and an in-store is only at Best Buy currently. They know that they need to get into a brick and mortar store, and the best one to do that is Best Buy. Best Buy does have the best overall reach to those who are diehard gamers and such. In a way, casuals and to diehards. Because for me, people, unless you got like a specialized computer store, right? That's kind of your go-to spot. In and out with most of the time what you need. So it makes sense to put it there. I don't think Walmart has too broad of a demographic for them to really push it over there to a store exclusively. In Amazon, I feel like it's, Amazon, you can buy it there too, truthfully. But that, again, it's not a brick and mortar store. Best Buy can put this front and center. People will buy it. They'll know about it. It will get into the public consciousness in a way. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Unless you gotta have the new latest and greatest, or if you really want a performance jump and you want to tinker with something new, that is the reason I can see getting this. And especially if you want better battery life, I can't come up with a reason with why it's worth jumping to now. because we've got too many handhelds that are out right now, and not all of them are really offering too big of a jump. But this right here, yeah, I say this is worth it. If you want the newest thing, it's worth it. I'm not saying anything beyond that. So with that being said, guys, that's this episode of Decked Up, a Gaming Tech Podcast. Pre-orders are available for this now. It'll be available October 16th of this year, 2025. So if you want to pick it up, either have it shipped to you from Microsoft or Xbox, Amazon, or from Asus, you can definitely pre-order it. More stores, Best Buy, you can pick it up in store or have it delivered to your house. Those are the two options I see. But other than that, I'm not feeling a reason to hop to it. But again, yours could be different. And with that being said, what are your guys' thoughts? Is this something you're looking at picking up? Do you feel like we just have too many handheld gaming PCs on the market? Or are you like me and you're like, I'm pretty good with my first one until it just completely stops working? So the fact that I can mod the original Legion, not Legion Go, but the Ally, I'm good. Let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. That being said, catch you guys on the next one. Peace out and Julio.